God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. Welcome back to the Protege program. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that you enjoy this video. And if you do enjoy, I hope that you'll leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments when we get to the end. Again, thank you for tuning in. Now, I want to revisit the Judge Moore allegations that have been going on. This is something that is going to be in the news that we're going to continue to be talking about. There's just a couple of things that I wanted to put out there, maybe get you thinking about this from a slightly different angle. The first of those things comes from this Wikipedia page. As it turns out, as the Wikipedia sections this out, in his early life, Roy Moore was a Democrat. He served in the military, and when he got out, he went to law school, became a lawyer, and ran as a Democrat for the county's circuit court judge seat in 1982. He ran again in 1986 for the same seat as a Democrat. So not only was he a voting Democrat, but he ran for office 2 times as a Democrat. His second run was in 86, so somewhere between his run in 86 and his appointment to that position in 92, he switched affiliations. Now, the reason why he switched affiliations is unknown, but the coinciding of his switching affiliation with the adding of a Ten Commandments plaque to his courtroom might suggest that he switched affiliations because he found God. Now, I don't know for sure if that's the case. That's just speculation. Those two events just happen somewhat at the same time. If you'll remember from the AL.com story that we looked at yesterday, Gadsden locals say Moore's behavior at the mall was no secret. One person said these stories have been going around this town for 30 years, which would put these rumors and stories circulating in 1987. One of the earliest incidents is alleged to happen in 1977, which would make it 40 years. 40 years ago, these events are alleged to have happened, while Roy Moore was a good Democrat who was running for political office as a Democrat. And he was apparently okay in the eyes of the public. The whole time that they're hearing these stories, the first event happening in 77 and the stories circulating for approximately 30 years. For 13 of those 30 years, Moore Moore has been running for office for since 82. If the story's been circulating for 30 years, then stories have been circulating since he was a Democrat. If the first story happened in 1977, then he ran for office with these events having happened, and his accusers still didn't come forward, when he ran as a Democrat. Now, he had to run for this office that he was appointed to in 92 as a Republican. He had to run for this office a few more times. He ran in 94 and won for a 6-year term. He won this election with these stories allegedly circulating. he ran for election and won with these allegations, apparently being unmade. So he's run for this judge seat as a Republican, and I guess he was okay in the eyes of the public. It was okay to elect this guy that had these stories circulating about him. Fast forward now to 2017, and Roy Moore is not running for a judgeship. He's running for a Senate seat. And apparently now it's not okay that he has these stories in his background, that he has these allegations now swirling around him. As if the allegations are not important enough to be made unless the person is running for a high enough office. If these allegations are true, I'm not suggesting that this excuses Roy Moore's behavior. I'm just saying that this is something strange that's been going on in this story. And finally, I don't know how many of my viewers believe that people really can change. In the storybook, sometimes in the movie sense, people talk about people being unable to change. Now, I have to believe that people can change. I have to believe that people deserve second chances. Because if neither of those things are true, then I'll always be, I should be called a terrible person. I should be, held to account for the things that I did in my youth, things that I might be ashamed of, things that I can never erase from my history. So I have to believe that people can change. I have to believe that people deserve second chances. In light of the fact that Roy Moore allegedly committed these crimes 40 years ago, that stories have been circulating for 30 years, old stories, not new stories, recycled stories have been circulating for approximately 30 years. And there are no allegations from Judge Moore's recent history. People are all a tizzy about these sexual allegations, rightfully so. And many of them are coming against people from recent years, from this millennium. Judge Moore has no accusers who have come forward so far to accuse him of any improper behavior in this decade, in this millennium. Is it fair to say that perhaps Roy Moore was a bad person in 1977? Perhaps Judge Moore did take advantage of some young girls in 1977. Is it fair to say that since then he has changed? If these allegations are true, I think it's fair to say that he has changed. And if he has changed, then perhaps he deserves a second chance. And if you believe that people can change and that people that change deserve a second chance, then perhaps you should vote for Judge Roy Moore. That's all that I have to say at this time. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it has made you think above all. I hope that it maybe has challenged your perceptions of these events. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications so that you don't miss a single video. Come back next time. I haven't decided yet if this will be the only video of the day. If it's not, then good night and God bless.